morning, everyone. It's Alison Sullivan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, in Canada. So welcome. I'm just going to make sure that I'm broadcasting okay, both audio and visual. Looks like audio, visual's okay, and then we're just going to see. Yeah, gosh, everything's working today. Excellent. So I'm just going to wait for you guys to hop on. Today we're going to continue making cards with the fabulous, now let me get this straight, Flowering Zinnia Sweet Collection, of which the Simply Zinnia bundle is part of. So we're going to make cards with that. I've been doing a few cards over the last month, just to introduce you to the suite and to let you know about a class that I have coming up. Okay, so let me just see what's going on here. Nobody's joined me yet, but sometimes Facebook can take a little bit of time to get people on, so that's okay. I will just wait a sec before I start talking about anything important. Okay. Hopefully people will jump on. Hi, Keisha. I can always count on Keisha. Good morning, friend. How are you? How are you today? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here in Vancouver. So I'm sure it's a beautiful, beautiful day on the islands. We're in for a beautiful week, I think. Okay, so let me get started by telling you that my class using the Flowering Zinnia, let me talk a little bit about that. But before I get started, I don't think I mentioned to you guys the last time I was on that I am celebrating a Stampin' Up! Anniversary. I joined on the very first day that Stampin' Up! Launched in Canada, and that was 22 years ago, April 2nd. So I'm celebrating an anniversary, and because of that, I'm offering my customers a special. When you purchase $100 in my online store and use my host code, I'm gifting you a coupon to use in May. The coupon is valued at 22% of the $100 or more. So check that out. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you today? You're tired. I saw that you had the little, Keisha, I saw that you had the little goodie, like a little candy dish for your niece. And I thought, oh, I like those candies too. I'm sure it was fun. But boy, I'd be pooped too. Oh, thanks, Cynthia. Thanks. Yeah, it's time flew by. Anyway, let's do our card. So let's start. I'm going to just put that over there so that I can see you guys. Here we go. Okay, so Flowering Zinnia Suite Collection. The suite comes with Simply Zinnia stamps and the coordinating dies. And some of the dies cut out the images. So there's a die that cuts out the flower, the stem, the leaves, this big cluster of flowers. But then there's also other dies that just cut out flowers that you can then build and make one. Hi, Mo, how are you? So that's the bundle. Then we've also got the Zinnia 3D embossing folder, which is fabulous. I've shown you this in one of the cards or a couple of the cards so far. Gorgeous. So what comes in the class? Well, you get half a package of the Flowering Zinnia DSP. So here it is. This is all I've got left of this gorgeous piece here. This is a huge piece that I showed you how you can cut it in half, and then you get 6 panels. And all you need is a word. It's like such a fabulous, let me show you. Here's the card, right? Easy, easy peasy. Okay, so your class is going to come with 12 by 12, 6 12 by 12s double-sided. Here they are. Now, we cut them in 6 by 12 so that they can be mailed, okay? Otherwise, it gets a bit expensive in Canada. So the class also comes with the adhesive back dragonflies and birds. These are embellishments, so cool. And a full roll of linen thread. I go through so much linen thread. I don't know about you guys, but so that's what comes in the goodie bag. If you purchase the bundle, so that would be the Simply Zinnia bundle, you will get a full package of the designer series paper for free. Okay, so you get a bonus. If you purchase the entire suite, which includes the 3D embossing folder, the DSP, and the embellishments, then your class is free. And our class has 8 cards. There's 4 designs, and then we give you 2 of each card. Okay, so 1 to keep, 1 to give away. Okay. Hi, Diane. Have you tried using that, guys, with any of the new ink colors? Oh, you mean the dyes? You mean these ones here, Cynthia? I have not, but I bet you they're gorgeous because the new ink colors are gorgeous, right? They're gorgeous. I'll have to try that. Thanks for the tip or the question. All right, so let's make a card. I'm going to take a piece of Highland Heather. That's what we're going to start with. And I have scored it at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 because you're going to get 2 cards out of this. My sister Mo helped me make this card when I was visiting her in Toronto. And for some reason, I was having such a hard time. I don't know why. You know, sometimes you just, you know, and she was so sweet because I think I kind of ruined a few of her Highland Heathers, but she was very sweet. Anyway, so what you're going to do is we're going to cut from corner. Oops, let's go this way. Let's turn it this way. Maybe we can get the whole piece in. There we go. So we're cutting it from corner to corner diagonally. So we're doing this. Okay. And when we do that, we end up with 2 cards. So one that you can use, you can make 2 of the same card is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So once you've done that, this is what you end up with. So this is one of the pieces, right? Let me bring this back so you can see. So I've just gone ahead and cut it corner to corner and ended up with, there's a piece on this side and a piece on this side, and here's the piece. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward, but for some reason I couldn't get my brain around it. Anyway, here we go. Then what you want to do is take 2, well, you don't have to, you can use the same design on both sides if you wanted. But I took a piece of designer series paper, so here it is, and it's 5 1/4 by 4, but I wanted 2 different patterns. Okay, so here we go. So here's the other pattern. Okay, then I cut them. So I'm going to have one that's going to go on this side, and the other one is going to go on this side. Okay, and then again, you've got 2 other pieces for your other side. Okay, so we can go ahead and glue that on. Let's do that. You guys are quiet this morning. Sundays are quiet. You guys don't say much on Sundays. You're just watching, following along. Diane, did you get your cards made from the class, from your latte class? I think that was the last class, wasn't it, that we did online? I think so. Did you get yours all done up, you and Tamara? Hopefully. I love, love, love this pattern. It's so gorgeous. This gorgeous. I'll open that up so that I've got it. And the reason I cut it at 5 1/4 by 4 is I want to leave a little bit of the Highland Heather just around the edge. Okay. Okay. Oop. I was going to say, what is everyone doing on this beautiful day? I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing my taxes. Luckily, my husband helps me. He does the spreadsheets for me. Thank goodness. I don't know why I always put it off to the end. Oh, you had fun. Oh, that's good. You got them done. Okay. Excellent. Well done, Diane. All right. So that's basically our base of our card. Then I've got some other bits here. I've got a piece of the basic white for the inside. So this is just cut to 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to use Highland Heather ink because I want it to coordinate. And I'm going to use, ooh, that fell off. I'm going to use thank you so much. It's going to be my sentiment that's on the inside. I send a lot of thank you cards, so I won't go wrong by using thank you so much. All right, so I can go ahead and glue that down too. So far, not a hard card. This whole card isn't hard. It's just really effective when you get that fun fold. Because we could have just made it as a regular card, but it looks nicer as this fun fold my sister taught me. Okay. All right. So that's that. Next up, I'm going to set that aside for a sec. And I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of basic white. I'm going to use this image. Grab it. This one here. And I'm going to stamp it in Memento because I am going to use Stampin' Blends. And when we use Stampin' Blends, we want to use a water-based ink because they're alcohol-based. And otherwise, if you used an alcohol-based stamp pad like StazOn, which I haven't used in years, you're going to get a chemical reaction. It's just going to smear. So you don't want that. Okay, so there's our image. Next, let's color it. Now, I've brought in some colors here that I'm going to use. Of course, you can use anything you want. I've got some daffodil and lemon lolly for the centers of my flowers. I've got Highland Heather. I've got melon mambo. And I've got old olive. But I needed one other color. I like Flirty Flamingo, but my Flirty Flamingo I've used it so much, it's done. So I've got one on order, but in the meantime, I thought maybe I would introduce, yeah, I think so, the bubble bath. Yeah, bubble bath. So let's do that. I'm going to do it this one. So I'm a scribbler. I don't know about you guys. I know there's artists out there. I am not an artist. I just am adding the dark to the part of the image that the artists, the concept artists, designers have kind of highlighted for me. So it makes it a little bit easier for me to figure out where I'm putting those highlights. So the darker of the two colors. I'm just going in over top, blend, 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 blend with the light. I noticed that there's not as much of a definition between the dark and the light. So I'm going to go back in and add some dark. Okay, ooh, squeak, lots of squeaking. And then let's color the centers. Which one's this? Light daffodil, okay. Look how there's little stamens that you can see on this image. I'm going to go and do those in the daffodil. And then I'm going to go add the lemon lolly afterwards. Let's see here. Dark lemon lolly. Yep. Kind of. There we go. All right. Now let's do some Highland Heather. Love Highland Heather. Hi, Ellie. How are you? Dark. Okay, we've got the dark Highland Heather, which I think I'm going to do on this lower flower. And again, I am not an artist. I am scribbling. There are people that do such beautiful work with blends, and they highlight and shade, and I don't really do that. I'll show you. I just kind of scribble. And then I'm going to go in with my lighter. This is a beautiful set, and I know that we say, oh my gosh, I've got too many flowers. Do you really? Do you really have too many flowers? How can you have too many flowers? That's like saying a garden has too many flowers. Stampin' Up, I was watching a video that they had done, or I was at a meeting, I guess, a Zoom, and one of the women in the marketing department was on, and she was telling us that, you know, they hear from demonstrators all the time, oh, no more flowers, but that they are the most popular stamps. And I can see why. We all like to be cheered up with flowers, don't we? Now, Melon Mambo is a very dark color. Okay. If you guys have a garden or even a window box, I can highly recommend zinnias. Zinnias are annual where I live, but they hold their shape, their color, pretty much the whole summer. That's what I love about them, is that once they're in your garden, they don't die off, you know, like after 2 weeks. They're kind of there for the whole summer, blooming their little petals off. I am lucky that my neighbors on 2 doors down and just then across the garden from me, because I'm on a corner, both have honey bee hives, and so I've noticed the bees are back. I guess the hives have woken up. So I got lots of great pollination in my backyard. So I'm very lucky. Okay, so there's our colors. So actually, I think that bubble bath works. Is it bubble bath? Yeah, bubble bath, not bubble gum, right? Bubble bath. That works really well. Okay, now I'm going to use Old Olive on the leaves. Again, no artist here, just adding the dark. Scribble, scribble. That's what I do. I'm a good scribbler. Okay. Keep working at it. Don't add too much of the dark. It's just meant to be kind of a highlight. And I'm just using, like I said, I'm just using the concept artists, or the designer, I guess, of the stamp. I'm just using their pre-printed lines as my dark part. And then you can just blend with the light. I wish I could color all day instead of doing my taxes. So much more relaxing. You've got these large spaces like these leaves, which are, you know, they're not huge, but they're large enough that you can get that definition between the dark and the light and the shadow. It looks great. Okay. Not too squeaky. Sometimes the blends can be squeaky, which I think drives some people crazy. Like nails on the chalkboard, maybe? Okay. There we go. I think that looks good. And you can always go in and add more highlights if you think there isn't enough, or you've blended perhaps too much and you think you've lost some of that definition. But I think that looks pretty good. So let me hold that up. Isn't that pretty? These are so realistic, these zinnias. They look like real zinnias. Hi, Sonia. How are you? Hi, Barb. Oh, thank you. Barb is my sister Mo's friend and customer. Welcome, Barb. Glad you could make it live. Somebody said fun card, but because you're probably in a group, I can't see it. And thank you, Sonia, for sharing my my video. I really appreciate that. That is really kind. Sonia is so kind. She always clicks the share button so that other people that she follows can see. So thank you. Now I'm putting my die down, you guys, but I'm holding it in place. Hopefully, I'm going to actually, that tape I've used quite a few times. I'm going to actually get a new piece just to make sure. All right, let's bring in our mini. Cut this on our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Barb. I was just going to say, it's not just my anniversary. It's Mo's anniversary too. She's 22 years too. We started the same day. Both not believing that it's been 22 years and that we're still doing it and liking it and loving it. So who knew? Okay. Now, I wanted to tell you, most of you are watching either on my Stamp Crazy with Alison page or through YouTube, right? And nothing's going to change for you guys. But if you're watching me on a Facebook group, like my Border Buddy group that I do with my friend Patsy from Minnesota, if you're watching on a group, it's going to change in a couple weeks because Facebook Meta has made some changes to the way we can share. And so I won't be able to live stream to a group. So you're going to have to come watch me on YouTube or on my page. So if you're watching me on my page or YouTube, nothing's going to change. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be gluing this down, but I only want it, of course, on this part because we don't want, if we glue it to this part, we won't be able to open our card. Okay. So I'm going to kind of guess. My sister Mo has all these ideas for how to make it so that it doesn't, like she can somehow does mathematics or something and figures out where to do this. But I just guess, which sometimes doesn't work. All that worked. Okay. Okay, I don't have glue where I don't want. Okay. So that's what we've got. Now, let's add some of our linen thread. I think that when you get flowers, when you go to the grocery store and you get flowers, I'm just running my nail along here, you guys, to keep it from curling. Otherwise, look what it does. It's like the Mad Hatter. So I'm just running my nail to straighten that out. I'm folding it in half, although I don't think I need it to do that. I'm just going to do a single little soft bow. But when you go to the, to buy flowers and they always put raffia around it, I love that look. I don't know why. Same with when I buy lavender a couple of times a year, like big bunches of lavender for my bathroom. And they always put raffia and I always think it looks so cool. So that's kind of a look I'm going for. Now, I have not brought out, oh, there we are. I need a glue dot. And those of you who watch me know that I like my paper pumpkin glue dots. So I'm just going to put one down here, like so. And I'm just going to, there. So now I've got a little bunch of zinnias, which I think is pretty. And then we're going to use those embellishments, the birds and dragonflies that are part of the class. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think the dragonflies appeal to me. I'm going to use my little poker end here instead of my, I want to pull off that glue. Yep, got it. So let's put, these are so delicate, these embellishments, and they don't add a lot of weight to the card. In fact, they don't add any. They're very, very light. I guess I could add one more because I like things in threes, right? Put one there. I like dragonflies because they eat mosquitoes. Okay, so there we go. Now, in honor of Diane, we could put some Wink Stella on. Did you guys see? Wink Stella was out of, couldn't order it for, felt like forever. And people couldn't even find it in stores. Well, it's back. It's back in stock. So go grab your Wink Stella before before it's gone, although I don't think so. I think they've got quite a bit of stock. And the manufacturer seems to be back on track. Just adding some sparkle, which you might not be able to see on camera. Sometimes we can't. But trust me, it's nice and sparkly in person. Okay, so there's our card. So then it just opens like that. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Let me move out this out of the way so we don't have all this mess while we're trying to show you guys stuff. Okay. Let's see here. You're beautiful. I had surgery on both my feet. Oh, I'm getting so tired, so I need to leave. Okay, thanks for coming for the short time. I appreciate it. Bye. We'll see you next time. Cynthia, take care. I love the colors too. Thanks, Sonia. Now, want me to remind you of the other cards that I've shown you lately? Yes, of course you do. We made this card the other day. Remember this card? This was the one where we really simple black and white card, and we partially cut out the die. So only cut out this half of the die. Okay, so there's both of those. And then my sister Ellie made me this card. Now, this contour scallops dies are retiring. I think they're still in stock. Hurry, get them. You won't be sorry. Here's another card my sister Ellie made me. Now, I think she used Calypso Coral here. It looks really pretty. I like the Calypso with the daffodil. That looks nice, doesn't it? I like the colors. She's pulled them from the DSP there. My sister Mo taught me how to make a buckle card. So I made this one myself, and then I put it on, we've got a video with this one. Okay, so here's how it works. So cute. And then we talked about that 3D Zinnia embossing folder, and go back and watch the video where this is so simple. You just emboss it, and then you take your Memento ink pad, make sure it's well juiced, like, add your refill to it, and then you just drag it down. And what happens is it doesn't go on the top where it's been embossed, it just goes to the deboss section. But it's really effective and really pretty, really cool. Okay, so here's my original card. This one had the Flirty Flamingo, and this one here, we've got the bubble bath, but I actually like the bubble bath. Figures, eh? Sometimes you do something and you think, oh, I'm gonna have to substitute, but it actually turns out to be better. So yes, whoops. Go. There's my face. Okay. Still have to try the half die cut. Oh yeah, you were going to try that, Keisha. Give it a whirl. It's really simple. It's really simple. Once you've done it, you'll start looking around for all the stamp sets that you can do it with, because there's lots. Oh, and this card, when I originally did it, I used those purple gems because I didn't have the dragonflies. Those are carrying forward to the new catalog. So woohoo. Hopefully you can see those little dragonflies. Aren't they cute? So cute. Okay. Let's see what's popping up. Shall we grab let me grab my bone folder and get that straightened up here. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, any questions? Any comments? Hope you're going to come to my class. If you don't live in Canada, you can come. You just pay $18 Canadian for the PDF, and you cut your own cards, and then you come to the party. So would love to see you there. We have lots of people that don't live in Canada that attend. Had Australia last time. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great rest of the day. And I hope it's beautiful weather like we have here. I think we're going up to like 17 or 18. It's really beautiful. Get out a little bit. And I'll see you back here on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. That's my regular live on Wednesday. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it.